Dear NMUN board members, the conference secretariat who you'll meet soon, distinguished speakers, secretariat, head delegates, faculty members, and you, the delegates, welcome to the 2024 National Model United Nations. Oh, thank you for that applause. My name is Michael Eaton, and I serve as Executive Director of NMUN, and will be the first of several people who will welcome you here tonight. And thank you for choosing this forum to demonstrate your global citizenship. We'd like to start this session by reflecting on last year's simulation with this video. My name is Michael Eaton. I serve as Executive Director of the National Model United Nations. Our mission is to advance understanding of the United Nations and contemporary global issues.
National Model United Nations organizes simulations of the United Nations attended by thousands of students from all over the world each year. Students who participate in NMUN conferences are assigned a member state of the UN. They come together to propose solutions to pressing global issues in the form of mock UN resolutions. It is a full educational experience in which young leaders begin to understand the global community more deeply and develop important life skills of negotiation, compromise, public speaking, and so much more.
This is a course, we teach it as a class, and an experience that enables them to put together everything they've learned in all of their other classes, and then be able to come to the conference and stand and deliver.
I keep coming back every year because this has been one of the most rewarding and life-changing experiences I've ever had. I've met a great family that comes from all over the world, and this has truly been an educational and rewarding experience.
Unlike a lot of experiences in my life, NMUN actually provided me with an opportunity to engage with people from all across the world. To be able to come together to both build my skills and also create connections and friendships and relationships that stayed with me for years to come.
I'm representing American University in Cairo. I personally love this conference because it's allowed me to be exposed to different narratives and learn more about the world around us. I've also met people from all over the world, so it's been just an amazing experience.
I am a head delegate representing Benedictine University. The thing that I love the most about Model UN is that no matter how hectic it is, no matter how stressful it can get, it is one of the most rewarding experiences that you will ever have.
In addition to NMUN New York, we offer a number of other programs throughout the year. In the fall, we have NMUN DC, and then we also have the International Conference. The International Conference will vary. In the past, it's ranged from Erfurt, Germany, to Galapagos, to Kobe, Japan, as well as Xi'an, China.
I've been doing Model UN for over 2 decades, and I think it's a tremendous opportunity for students to gain the value of global citizenship.
I can only encourage everybody to join NMUN and see what this experience can be. It will be a life-changing experience for every one of you.
So looking at that reflection backwards, we also hope is looking forward to what we hope you get out of this year's conference. We'd like to make a special acknowledgement to Amr Kaji, who produced that film. Believe it or not, one of the most difficult things about that was convincing him to put his name as a credit on the end of it. He was a student delegate at Benedictine University who attended the first session of the conference and said that it was a gift to the conference because this conference meant something to him. It means something to the secretariat members seated to my left and right and behind me, who you will be introduced to later, and we hope that it comes to mean something to you gathered from all over the world. I want to also acknowledge as we gather here today that even amongst our secretariat, there are people that have family members in Gaza. Amongst our board and advisory group, there are people with family in Israel. There was at our conference last week a delegation from Ukraine, and as I look at the diversity around me, I'm sure there are people with connections to Russia and to Haiti and to any number of other places that if you pulled up your news program right now are places where the world is hurting. I know that as bright students, you are here to passionately discuss international politics and the positions that you have researched, and I hope you do that here this week. But I would also invite you, when the opportunities arise, to remember that you're also university students, not member states, and that when opportunities present themselves to offer or to receive moments of grace, that you also take advantage of those. And with that, as we have the privilege to gather here in New York City and to be able to go to United Nations headquarters on Friday at the end of this week, I would ask that we as a conference join together in a moment of silence here at the start of the conference for your own intentions or the ideas of what it means to have a just peace. So if you join me for that moment of silence. Thank you. And as we continue this opening ceremony tonight, I'd like to acknowledge that we're trying a little bit of a different direction with our keynote speech this year, and a conscious effort to focus on one of the SDGs that I don't think gets as much attention as the others, SDG 17, strategic partnerships. As you come here representing mostly member states, not everyone, we'd like to acknowledge the important work of NGOs in development and human rights, as well as in public-private partnerships that help sustain that work. Our speaker tonight is a result of our shared collaboration with UNICLO, much smaller in NMUN's case, and their commitment to the SDGs. We are grateful for that connection that led us to this dynamic presentation that you're about to hear. And this part I'm going to read. Our keynote speaker, Pina Javari, and I'm going to read the bio in reverse order as these people think about future career paths, received her BA in International Relations from American University and speaks fluent Italian and advanced Spanish. She was previously a program officer at the Institute of International Education, and during her 5-year tenure there, supported a variety of international exchange programs for partners such as the US Department of State, New York University, British Petroleum, Baja Oil Company, and Dragon Foundation, among others. She has been with Save the Children since October 2012. She oversees the management of a portfolio of global corporate partners in very large and long-standing relationships such as Accenture, Procter & Gamble, and Pfizer, among others. She is spearheading multiple initiatives relating to engaging corporate partners in gender equality, as well as transformative approaches to partnership which create shared value and also supports the coordination and growth of partnerships between the US and Mexico. Please join me in welcoming to National Model United Nations our keynote speaker, Pina Javari.
Thank you for that warm introduction, and a very warm thank you to the members of NMUN, the board, the secretariat, distinguished faculty, advisors, head delegates, and all of you fellow change makers. Thank you for coming out today and giving me this opportunity to present to all of you my work. I'd like to start out by just sharing a little bit about my role at Save the Children, and which was already introduced, but also to thank my friends at Uniqlo who helped to make this opportunity possible. Do I just click the green one? Oh, there we go. Our friends at Uniqlo actually started a t-shirt line called Peace for All that supports Save the Children and a couple of other organizations. And if you buy one of these t-shirts, it makes a donation to these organizations, and so far has raised $4.8 million for our emergency relief efforts, and I'll talk a little bit more about that in a few minutes. My role at Save the Children is to be the Senior Managing Director for Global Corporate Partnerships. And I work, as Michael mentioned, with a number of large corporations. But the spirit of what we're trying to do is really help children achieve their full potential and realize their rights. So I want to take us back into history and talk a little bit about our founding at Save the Children. We had a fearless leader, Eglantine Jebb, who back in 1918 stood in the Trafalgar Square on her soapbox, saying that children have rights. And that was actually a very controversial thing for her to say. Women at that time hadn't really realized their full rights. But she was a visionary, and she really believed that children should be protected, no matter their race, religion, nationality, or any other dimension. And so she actually drafted the early Declaration of the Rights of the Child, which she presented to the to the League of Nations in Geneva. And that became the ultimate treaty that we recognize now, the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. So really excited for that history and how it came to life. So Save the Children today is focused on a few things. Our mission to inspire breakthroughs in the way the world treats children to achieve immediate and lasting change. And I'll tell you a little bit more about those specific breakthroughs. But I also want to point out to you as young delegates who may be entering the formal workforce our values. Our values are accountability, ambition, collaboration, creativity, and integrity. And why do I point out the values? As you're thinking about your careers, think about the kind of company or organization you might want to work with, and if they align to your values as individuals, because that's really important, especially as we're all looking for more purpose-driven roles. Our mission, though, to inspire breakthroughs in the way the world treats children, well, you might ask, what are those breakthroughs? In fact, we have 3 breakthroughs that we're focused on: survival, learning, and protection. We want to make sure that no child dies from a preventable disease before their 5th birthday, when unfortunately too many children are being impacted. We want them to not only be in